to make an exact copy in different colors. We are sick as fuck. No, this isn't the Outlander shawl. This is a skirt. I took a break from the Outlander shawl. I have to undo a bunch of stuff, and so it made me mad, so I need to take a break from it for a little while. Would you please? Yeah, I'm not good. So I've been in the hospital a couple times here recently. I've been having like miniature heart attacks. So I have an appointment with the doctor in a couple of days, but it wasn't bad enough that they wanted to keep me in the hospital or anything, but I had this enzyme in my blood that indicates a cardiac event, and so they like kept me in the hospital, like, and were taking my blood every hour to see if like that level was going down and like if I was okay, like if I was gonna be okay or whatever. I don't know. It was just, it's been weird and it's been stressful. That's been like what my last few days were. So basically I got the flu, I got that ear infection, and then I had like some cardiac event, and while I was at the emergency room for my heart, we caught strep throat from the little girl that was in the emergency room with us. That emergency room was so gross. I literally felt like I was going to catch hand, foot, and mouth and ringworm just sitting in there, you know? Ugh. So I knew we were going to get sick. I could just feel the sickness in the air when we walked in there, but I was such a bad way. I wouldn't have gone to that hospital under any other circumstances aside from an emergency. Like, it was as close to an emergency as I could have gotten without calling an ambulance. I almost, the night before, 2 nights before, I woke up Elliot at 12:30 at night. I was having a full-on, like, it felt like a heart attack, and it just happened out of nowhere. It was tachycardia. My heart was beating so fast for no reason whatsoever, and it was beating in like this way. It was the scariest thing I've ever been through. So I woke up Elliot and I had him run to Adam and get Adam. But Adam wouldn't wake up. So his girlfriend came over. And so that's like, I didn't end up going to the emergency room that night. I almost called the ambulance on myself, but I just felt like, oh, I don't want to call an ambulance because if I'm just having some stupid panic attack, I don't want to be like causing a huge show, you know what I mean, for no fucking reason. And that's why I didn't go to the hospital right away, and that's why I didn't have the ambulances. I just was like, this is probably just a panic attack. It's probably just me just being dramatic, and you know. But what the thing my heart was doing was really scary, and then I was real weak for like 2 days after that, and I kept having like issues every time I would do anything, and so I just said fuck it, and I went to the emergency room myself. I took Elliot with me, but we left like first thing in the morning, and because we left like first thing in the morning, he didn't have breakfast. Like, we literally just like woke up and went to the hospital. So he hadn't had breakfast. I did stop and get something on the way, like a little nibble, but it was not sufficient, you know. And so he, by like 3 o'clock at the emergency room, we're still in the waiting room. They were doing all of my triage and all of my monitoring in the waiting room. They never took me back. But so like we were already there for like 5 or 6 hours, and by the time that like three or four rolled around, I was still in the waiting room, and I was like, dude, it was the first snow day, like real intense snow day that we've had. And I was like, dude, I can't be here in the dark. Like, I'm going to have to go home. Elliot's starting to melt down. He needs to get some food in his belly. And like, he's just been so good all day, just toughing it out and, you know, not being, not misbehaving. He was being on his best behavior. I was so grateful for that. But, you know, he couldn't just sit there anymore. And he was like starting to have a meltdown, and Josh wasn't able to come get him because it's too far away, and I forgot to call Nikki, and it was just so involved in like what was going on. So I just was like, fuck it, and I left. And so I gotta figure this out. I have to go to my doctor on the 13th, I think, tomorrow or the day after, I don't remember. So I'll go see my doctor, and hopefully we'll get some antibiotics that Elliot can take too, because he's sick and he's miserable right now. Whenever he gets sick, he acts up like a lot, and he has like zero self-control. And so it's just been really a struggle the last few days because I am sick as fuck. Like, my heart is bothering me, and I have strep throat. I still have an ear infection. It never went away. The antibiotics did not do anything for my ear infection. So, yeah. So that's about where we are. That's why I've been gone and I haven't been online, is I just really have been like sick, unwell, and like, what's the point of coming online? Okay, slow the tachycardia. I didn't know that they had medicine for that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of that's why I just went ahead and went to the emergency room finally. I was just like, listen, if I drive myself to the hospital, you know, whatever, and then at least I'll have an answer. But then they gave me the fucking runaround at the hospital, and like, I know for sure that people have died in that waiting room of that hospital before. I really shouldn't have gone to that hospital. I should have gone to a hospital in Eugene, but I didn't. I went to the like worst hospital. And like I said, it was just because I had no choice. It was an emergency, you know. I was going to the closest hospital that I could go to. And the last time I had a heart issue that kind of turned out to be a panic attack situation, I went and tried to go to the walk-in clinic, and they just took my vitals and told me that it seemed fine, and if I was worried, to go to the emergency room. So I didn't want to bother with the walk-in clinic again. I found out that I was having some type of heart attack situation. There was some enzyme, I can't remember the name of it, in my blood. And the hospital was monitoring me to see if that number was going down, the amount of that enzyme in my bloodstream. So, like, I don't know. Like I said, I see my doctor in a couple days, so we'll see. We'll figure it out, I guess. Or I'll, you know, end up back in the emergency room, which is entirely plausible. I've had, so like, the weirdest thing was like the original sensation it felt like my heart did a somersault in my chest, like a, not like a boom boom type situation. It was like a bloop, like a bloop, bloop, like a tissuey organ like flip. It was very weird. And then my lips started to tingle, and like I got this like not electric feeling, but like a tingle, like of like, I don't know how to explain it, prickles, not electricity, but like static almost. It felt like static all on my lips and then my face here. And then it went all down my arms and down my chest. It was like a wave over my body of this like weird staticky tingle. And and then I was like, whoa, that was weird. And so I did this. And as soon as I did this, I went like this. And it was like, and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then I started to feel like, I don't know, like the blood leaving my face almost. And so that's when I was like, Elliot, wake up right now. 911, wake up, baby. I'm so sorry to wake you up like this. And I had to wake him up. And I woke him up and it was snowing. And he had to run in to go get, to go bang on Adam's door. And they didn't hear anything, so because they were sleeping or whatever. So I was calling Adam's phone, and like while Elliot was like banging on the door, I was so worried that something was going to happen to him, you know, and Adam wasn't going to answer the door or something like that. And it was just a shit situation. It made me realize a lot of like serious vulnerabilities with living like this. And I'm not going to lie, I've been looking at apartments. I don't know. I just can't afford it. I cannot afford an apartment on my own, but I have the money. I got like this, I qualified for this like program that will pay your first, last, and security to a place. So if I can find a place to move in by March 16th, which is my birthday, then I will get this grant money and they will pay for my first, last, security, whatever, move-in money. But I just don't know. I just like, I don't think I can afford to pay a rent and electric and like water and sewer and gas and my cell phone bill. Like, I just don't think that I can swing all that, myself. Like I just really, I don't know. But I like keep thinking like, okay, well, if like it's meant for me to move into a place, then God will deliver the exact right place and God will help me make the money that I need. If I just jump in without worrying about it, I just can't stress out about it. I can't think to myself like, oh, well, I can't afford that or I won't be able to afford that. What I need to do is just dive in and trust that like I'll figure it out. But all this stuff that's been going on with my health is really starting to like scare me. And I really want to be like closer to civilization. I want to have Elliot, like, I don't know, there's just so many things that I want to do for Elliot. And it's like, now that the world is like, no, like, now that Trump is like kind of like yoking everything back and all the trans DEI fucking weird shit is gonna like die a fast and like a swift death, I don't really have to live out in the woods like I was. Like, that's the only reason why I like came out into the woods, was to get my kid away from the fucking wackadoodles. And it's not just like trans DEI stuff, but it's like all the shit that's been going on. Like, I don't want my kid like exposed to that garbage. I don't even let him watch fucking Disney, for God's sakes, because they put too much weird shit in their TV shows. We watch fucking VHS tapes from the 60s to the 90s. We're not, I don't want him, I don't want him exposed to a lot of stuff. So that's the whole reason why I did any of this, was to get my kid out in the wilderness where he was like safe and protected and he could grow up in a way that was natural to human beings, close to nature, and a little bit of toughness and resilience, But at this point, like with my heart doing all this crap, like I just want to be really close to Josh, and I just want to be I want to be somewhere where I can take Elliot like to the park. I want to go, I just want to be like, you know, I just want to have my situation be better for my kid. Like, I'm sick of always having to struggle. I'm sick of always having to like be like, sorry, buddy, you know, this is just the way it is, you know, just over it. I love my life. I love living off grid. I love living in the woods. And I don't want to give it up. But at the end of the day, it's not really necessary anymore. I don't want to live in an apartment. I don't want to live with other people. I don't want to live around other people. But, like, what am I supposed to do? But the fucked up thing is that, like, if looking for rentals is an absolute fucking nightmare, every single post on Facebook Marketplace is a fucking scam. 99% of them. 1% is legit. And you can tell that it's a scam because they say, just send me your number if you're interested. No, that's not how it works. You fucking send me to your leasing agency, or you tell me where it's at. I'll come and do a walkthrough or something. But there's just so many scams on the Facebook Marketplace that that's just a useless place to go. And like, dude, the last time that I like looked for an apartment or something like that, like, or a place to rent, was in like 2004. Like, yeah, it's fucking wild what's going on in the school. I mean, I'm not talking about putting Elliot in public school, you know? Yeah, rent was reasonable. Dude, in Miami, Florida, I paid $1,200 a month, and I had a fucking 2-story, like, I think my apartment was like 1,200 square feet. It was huge apartments. What were they called? They were called Renaissance apartments. And they had a little gym, and it was nice. But so, like, yeah, I don't know. I've even been considering, like, I do not want to live where Josh does. I hate that place. I don't like the people that live there. And honestly, I would get evicted because their fucking weird rules that they have. I'd get in trouble, you know, because they have, like, all these weird rules that it feels like they're singling Josh out. But yeah, I don't want to live in this shed anymore. I think that, like, I don't know. I don't want to live in the shed. I don't like living in this cramped, tiny little space. Like, this is worse than my bus. You know, I was miserable in my bus. For what reason? Because there was nowhere. I couldn't decorate. I couldn't fucking put things away. I couldn't have my stuff, like, visible. And I have to move something to do anything. And that's, like, exactly what I'm living in right now. So, like, I don't want to be in this shit anymore. And, like, I don't know. I would like to find a place to live in this area so that I can keep working, or in an area that's kind of like centrally located to this. So I could, so that I could keep doing what I'm doing. And the bus is the bus. It's still there. I just need to get my shit out of it. But that's the thing, is like, if I could get an apartment or something, if I could find a place to live, I could just get all my stuff out of the bus and then sell the bus and then be done with it. I'm just like ready to have some like modern convenience. I just honestly, what I really want is a fucking sink. I'm back to the same place that I was in my bus, in a smaller and more insecure situation. At least in my own bus, I had security. Like, no one was going to tell me to leave at any point, you know what I mean? And if like Adam wanted to, you know, he could kick me out anytime. Not that he would, but like, you know, it doesn't feel secure to me in the same way that my own property did, you know? Oh, hey, Emily. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I really can't afford rent and electric, which is why that's why I liked living in my van, you know, is because I didn't have to worry about that kind of crap. And I would love to live in an RV or a van and bop around, you know, and home bum and stuff, but I'm just over the like strenuous labor all by myself. I'm just over it. I'm over it. I don't want to have to go through bullshit just to have like the most simple of things situated. If I had a team, I would be perfectly fine, but I don't have a team. And because I don't have a team, you know, I'm supposed to just be everything. You know, I'm supposed to be the whole mom and the whole worker and the whole fucking, you know, I just gotta do everything and I can't. Especially with my health like it is right now. Like, I don't know what's going on with my health. Like, I feel like my body is like literally falling apart on me out of nowhere. And like, I've never been this sick before in my whole life. I've never been this ill, like, in all, like, for this long. It's been pretty much since just before I picked up Elliot. I caught that cold, that flu from visiting. I went to visit him while he was sick so that I could take him to the walk-in clinic and make sure he didn't have strep throat at that time. And like, I don't know. I've had an ear infection for like a month. And my teeth are bothering me still. I have a dentist appointment on the 25th. But like, most likely what's going to happen is they're going to like pull out all my teeth. So I'm about to have like all my teeth taken out. I'm going to have fucking dentures and shit. I'm really having to come to terms with that. Life is just fucking kicking my ass right now with my physical health. My whole body aches and I have a fucking fever. Gotta chew my food though, G. God damn it. How come it keeps unraveling? My ring keeps catching it. There we go. have a good night. I'll be going to bed soon myself. I just haven't been on here in a while, and Elliot fell asleep, and so I was like, you know, I'll do like, I don't know, 10 more minutes of work. I've been working on this all night, and I just finished this side, so I have to make this again, this exact thing. And then once this is made, all these like edges here, every hole will have fringe coming out of it. It has fringe all on it. I'll show you. Like that. This is what happens every time Adam tries to run the water, because the water heater is fucked up. And so every time he turns on the water, doesn't matter what time of night it is, it beeps like that for a long time till he turns it off. And like, because I like am in a position where like I literally can't complain about it. I can't say shit. I have to just deal with it. Can't complain about it, because if I complain about it, I don't want to come off as being ungrateful for my situation being in here. And the man needs to run water, so what am I supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? But it does fucking suck, especially at 11 or 12 at night when they're trying to keep the pipes from freezing, so they turn the water on every like 45 minutes. It's been rough. God damn, it's so fucking hot in here, and yet I am fucking freezing and shivering. her. I forgot a stitch on that side. Glad I caught that now instead of later. It's a stingray. Yeah, I love to crochet. I did it years ago, but I didn't stick to it. I never really made anything. But this time I'm making stuff. It's really easy once you learn the basics. So what you have to do is you have to throw yourself to the wolves, and you just have to pick a pattern, and then you just have to spend it takes me at least a day to get the rhythm. Like what you're seeing me do, I've already done an entire one. So this one took me 2 days to complete. This one, if I wasn't like tired, I could totally get this done by tonight. But because I've already done it, and so I have the idea of I've already worked out all the kinks. But you just can't give up. That's really what it is you have to just keep unraveling everything, even if you've gone super far. You just have to just do it, because guess what? You're never going to be good at this unless you have the practice doing the stitches over and over. There's no way to get the practice except for literally just doing the stitches. That's the only way to get the practice. You could watch someone do it 1,000 times and you could have the understanding of how it's done in your mind, but the minute it's in your fucking hand, you're going to be like, wait a minute, what? And it's hard for me. My brain doesn't work very well in a lot of ways. Like I really struggle. I really struggle. And so, but I just don't give up, because God damn it, I want to have the thing. I'm a very determined person. The girl that I got these patterns from says that I can make this stuff and sell it if I want to, as long as I credit her with being the person who designed the patterns. Yeah, I read it. I heard it. Hey, Moth. I'm okay. My health is kind of kicking my ass, but other than that, spiritually, emotionally, I'm fucking awesome. I honestly haven't been this, like, just happy in a really long time. But that's why, of course, my health has to give me trouble, because I'm doing really well. So it's always got to be something, you know? Can't just be smooth sailing when you're one of God's chosen people. God's favorites really do tend to go through a lot, I've noticed. Okay, so now that we have reached level 13, can't believe it took me a whole day to get to this place that I'm at right now, and I've only been doing this for maybe an hour right now. Not even. How long has I been doing this? Like 30 minutes? Maybe an hour. I don't know. I lose track of time when I get in the zone. That's why I love doing this so much, is that I get completely sucked into what I'm doing, and I don't need music, I don't need TV, I don't need nothing. And like, I really find that to be really important, sitting in silence with no music, no movies, no nothing to fill your imagination. I think it's important that we make our own visual things and we think our own thoughts. Yeah, the situation is still kind of garbage, but I don't know. I'm gonna kind of see if I can find a place to move to, maybe an apartment or something. But that's just because of my health. I'm having some health issues, and I really kind of need to get closer to my doctor, and I need to get closer to town so I can make my doctor's appointments instead of like always having some bullshit come up, like I'm snowed in or some bullshit. Trucks break down. Oops. Dude, every single fucking joint and muscle in my body is just like literally nonstop screaming, and my skin is aching. Fucking fevers suck. I've got blood in my sinuses. I can taste it. I can smell it and taste it. I have that Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach song in my head from Austin Powers 2, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Did I fucking forget an extra stitch over there? 1, 2, 3, 4. I sure did. God damn it. Ow! Girls. tired. I'm done after this row. I'm gonna go to bed. Oh my god, my ass is so sore. My back, and my hips, and my shoulders, and my arms. Just fucking achy everywhere. I literally feel like I got in a car accident or something. That's what my body feels like. Sore everywhere. I don't want to take any more ibuprofen because I'm scared of my liver getting fucked up. But I gotta. Alright, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'll see you maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. Nighty night.